I traded my car for an e-bike in the middle of winter in Canada. So the question is, how does it work in the cold? Let's go find out. I think the most important part to all this is definitely the batteries and the freezing temperatures. And depending on where you look on the internet, you're gonna get a bunch of different answers. So to start us off, I'm gonna give you guys a very special life hack that I found where you can ride this bike without the batteries at all in the winter, and it's just as much fun. And all you have to do is get a sled pulling dog like a husky. Harness him up, grab the leash, and you better hold on because you're in for a ride. But realizing you're probably not gonna go get yourself a husky, we're gonna put this thing to the test for real. My wife wants some chicken nuggets, so we're gonna take this thing for a ride down to McDonald's and see how it does. We're currently sitting at -3. It's March, it's Canada, it's winter. There's snow on the ground. Let's figure it out. And if you clicked on this video to hear about e-bikes, but you're way more impressed with the husky bike, then make sure you're popping down and smashing that subscribe button for me, guys. I appreciate that so much. Definitely want to cover your face, your nose, and your ears. Probably even more importantly than that, you're gonna want gloves because your hands are gonna get really cold. Now the first thing I'm gonna say that most people might not realize is that when you get this thing going full speed and there's a cold wind going in your face, it's really, really cold. It's much, much colder than it feels like when you're standing still outside. And on that same note of cold wind being right in your face, you'd be amazed how much the wind actually slows you down. You can really feel the drag, reducing your top speed when you're driving right into the wind. Bag is secure. So does it work in the winter? It does, but there are some exceptions for sure. And the first one is definitely these tires. These are like motorcycle tires. There's not that much traction on them, and if there's any snow or slush or ice on the roads, you're gonna be slipping around. And unless you're on nice, clean, dry pavement, I would not recommend taking this out on wet or slippery roads. So now let's talk about battery life and distance in the cold weather. I travel 6 kilometers to work one way. That's 12 kilometers round trip, and for all my American friends, about 7.5 miles. Now I only got this a few weeks ago, so I haven't even had a chance to try it in the warm yet, but in those cold conditions, I can go round trip to work and back about 3 times comfortably on one charge, and that's on full pedal assist going full speed, draining the battery as quick as I can. So according to that math, in Canada, in the cold during winter, one battery is gonna last you at least 36 kilometers or 22.5 miles, and that's on the safe side. You can push it a bit further if you want to. So after putting it through the test, the final verdict, is this bike going to work for you in the winter, in the cold Canadian harsh weather? The answer is yes. As long as you're willing to suit up for it, keep yourself warm because it's definitely cold. It's definitely windier than you're going to expect. Might have to charge a little more frequently and make sure you're bringing the batteries inside when you're not using them. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I actually sold my car for this bike, and this is my main mode of transportation now. And if you haven't seen that video yet, make sure you're clicking right here to watch that video. Get the story right from the beginning, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me again today. I'll see you next time.